Good day, sir. I am John Mark T. Munares, and this is my co-group mates. And in this video, we were going to discuss about the transmission media. Okay. So what is transmission media? Okay. Transmission media, in the study of the data communication and networking, transmission media refers to the physical or logical pathway that connects a sender and receiver. It is a highway over which data and the form of electromagnetic signal travels located below the physical layer of the OSI model. So transmission media, it is what actually carries the raw bits from one device to another. So transmission media, there are a classification of this. Okay, as you can see the screen. Classification of transmission media. Transmission media is broadly divided into main categories, which is the guided, refers to wired, and unguided, refers to a wireless. The first one is guided media, which is wired or bonded. So in guided media, the signals are directed and confined within a narrow physical path using cable systems. So guided media, it consists a wire, which is the twisted pair cables. It consists of two isolated copper wires twisted together to reduce interference, it is called the crosstalk. So it's the most common for LAN's Ethernet. So the twisted pair cable, there are two types which is the UTP and then the STP. The UTP, which is the unshielded cable, and then the STP, which is the shielded cable. So the UTP, it is commonly used in homes and offices, and then the STP, which is this shielded cable, has a metal foil for extra protection against noise. And next slide, let me show you the example of the cables. Okay, so the twisted pair cable. So this is the example of the twisted pair cable. As you can see on the screen, the difference between these two are the UTP, which is unshielded, unlike on the STP, which is a shielded pair cable, is used for has a metal coil extra protection for against noise or interference. Classification of transmission media. Coaxial cable features the central copper conductor surrounded by isolating layer and metallic shield. It is widely used for cable TV and broadband internet. And then this is the fiber optic cable, uses for pulse of light to transmit data through thin strand of glass or plastic. So it offers the highest speed and it is immune to electrical interference. So this is the example of the coaxial cable, which I've shown you earlier this one. Then the next slide will be discussed by Mr. Lobo.
So thank you, Mr. Monares. So next I will explain the three ways we send data through the air without cables. First is radio waves. This travels in all directions and can go through walls. Examples include Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and car radios. Next is microwaves. This travels in straight line and need a clear path between antennas. We use this for satellites, GPS, and cell towers. And the third is infrared. These are for very short distances and cannot pass through walls. You use this every time you use a TV remote or a wireless mouse. In short, radio is for range, microwaves are for long distance, data and infrared is for close up control, and that's all. Thank you.